憤るな、最初に言ったはずだ。これはゲームだと。最初の勝者ファーストよ。
Hello friends, thanks for stopping by. By now you've probably heard of the new survival series on Netflix called Squid Game. The series tells a story about hundreds of people who decide to participate in a game in the hope of winning a tempting prize, but all while being put in a do-or-die situation. In the same way, the anime shows we'll be recommending in this video have similar themes, especially in terms of violence, plots, story development, and the injustice of each world the characters are forced to deal with. If you liked Squid Game and now want to watch some anime similar to it, then this list is for you. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as we cover a wide variety of anime-related content. Please do not like this video if it doesn't interest you. Now, let's get right into the video.
いや、亀は人じゃない。とはいえ、やっぱり私も少しおかしくなってる？引いてくれた？
High-rise invasion. High school student Yuri Hanjo finds herself lost in an abnormal space where countless skyscrapers are connected by suspension bridges, and masked figures mercilessly slaughter their confused and fleeing victims. To survive in this hellish world, she has two choices: kill the masked figures, or be killed. Yuri is determined to survive in order to destroy this irrational world, but what will be her ultimate fate?
私がいる世界は理屈に縛られていたら生きていけない。
誰かがバッグに入れたのか。なんだよこれ。嫌な予感が。
Batum. Sakamoto Ryota is an unemployed 22-year-old who lives with his mother. In the real world, there may be nothing really special about him, but online, he's one of the world's top players of the combat game Batum. Alongside other teammates, Ryota battles it out with others using powerful bombs and sonar that can reveal hidden enemies, and his dedication has earned him the title of Japan's top player. But soon, Ryota's pastime becomes a terrifying reality, as he and many others are dropped onto a tropical island and forced to play Batum, but this time for real. Now, he and the rest must fight to death by whatever means necessary, as the only way to win this deadly game is by killing 7 of the other players.
ともかくだ。このメンツでチームを組むなんざ、俺はごめんだな。
それはこっちのセリフだ。確実な手段で。
Bus Gamer. In the underbelly of the corporate world, a secret series of battles takes place called the Bus Game, whose participants are solicited randomly via letters in the mail. During the games, teams of 3 attempt to take into their possession a disc filled with corporate secrets. The winners are given increasingly high cash rewards, while the losers get nothing. Or worse, they lose their lives. Toki, Kazao, and Nobu made up the no-name team, and their goal is to win 1 billion yen each. Each has a reason to need the money and a secret, disturbing past. But with high stakes and mysterious employers, they can only hope to leave the game alive. Battle game in 5 seconds. A new kind of battle of abilities for a new generation is about to begin. It all started on a regular morning like any other. Akira Shiro Yanagi is a high school kid who loves nothing more than konpedo candy and games. One day, he ends up in a fight due to a mysterious girl named Mion. Mion then tells the people she had gathered that they no longer officially exist in any records. They were given powers and were about to be test subjects. Akira makes up his mind to use his powers to climb up the ranks and then crush this organization.
出口はどこだ？
ゲーム後でないと当店から出ることはできません。
ゲームなどしないと言ったら？
Death Parade. If you're into episodic shows, you definitely don't want to miss this one. When 2 people die at the same time, they're sent to a place that's neither heaven nor hell. A lavish bar between worlds, where the stakes are high and the rules are simple. If you win, you live again. If you die, you're gone for good. Decim is the bartender charged with serving the souls who enter Quindecim. He may make a mean cocktail, but his true profession is to play the role of arbiter, a judge who determines whether or not a soul is worthy of reincarnation. To aid in his judgment, the bar's patrons are forced to play simple games laced with sadistic twists, designed to bring their true natures to light. To Decim, judgment has always been black and white. That is until he meets a mysterious young woman whose fate seems impossible to decide. His indecision shakes the very foundation of the games and raises the biggest question of all: who is fit to judge the dead?
いや、前がよく見えなくて。
出さないなら償い。
Dead Man Wonderland. Middle school student Ganta witnessed the slaughter of his entire class by the mysterious Red Man, and as the only survivor, he was labeled a mass murderer and sentenced to death. Now an inmate at the privately owned prison and amusement park known as Dead Man Wonderland, Ganta must try to survive in a place where inmates are the main attraction in brutal gladiator-style games. At the same time, he must attempt to uncover the truth behind the Red Man, his mysterious childhood friend, Shiro, and why he was the only survivor that bloody day.
おい、おっさん起きろ。誰か降りて一緒に手伝ってくれ。
駅員何やってんだよ。誰か駅員呼びに行ったのか。
Gantz. Much to the annoyance of Kai, he and his childhood friend Kato have died, having been torn apart by a train. But rather than finding themselves at the gates of heaven, the duo materializes in a room full of strangers in a giant black sphere known as Gantz. As if dying once wasn't bad enough, the occupants of the room are then forced to embark on dangerous missions to kill strange aliens, missions that very few return from. Now, Kai, Kato, and well-endowed friend must fight for their freedom with an arsenal of guns, high-powered suits, and a very low chance of survival.
聞いてるぜ。あの殺人鬼をやったんだってな。
こいつら他の日記所有者。
The Future Diary. Yuki is a disaffected middle school boy who has no dreams or goals in life. In fact, the only thing he has is his diary. Writing down everything he observes and documenting every thought, the young boy uses it as an outlet for his imagination. One morning, however, Yuki wakes up to find his cell phone filled with diary entries for the next 90 days. Thinking nothing of it, he continues his morning until he begins to realize that everything on his phone is rapidly coming to pass, and it isn't just mere coincidence. Now, Yuki suddenly finds himself thrust into a survival game against other future diary owners to become the new Lord of Time.
提灯がすべて消えるまでに一人でもおみくじを引いていなければゲームオーバーです。
クラブの3。まだ私にも月が残ってるみたいね。
おい、あんた説明しろよ。
Alice in Borderland. The story follows a group of 3 friends who suddenly awaken in a completely different alternate world. At first, they think it's all a dream or a joke, but they soon realize that the only way to survive in this world is to participate and win deadly survival games.
お待たせいたしました。早速ですが、これから軍資金の貸し付けを行います。
Kaji, Ultimate Survivor. Kaji Ito is as pathetic a person as they come, a man who gambles his days away, only winning enough to lose significantly more. He hates himself, is riddled with envy for others, but is ultimately too weak to think of a way out of his massive debts. Then one day he is approached by a strange man who offers him what seems the solution of a lifetime, to take a short journey on a ship called Explorer, during which time he will be given the chance to win more cash than he can dream of, in a card game like no other. Ever the desperate, Kaji takes the gamble of his life. However, the game turns out to be far darker than he expected, and the hard lessons pile on thick and fast. Now stuck in a closed world of unsavory characters, willing to do anything to destroy him, can Kaji gather enough courage to outwit them all? And that concludes today's episode. Thanks for watching till the end. If you liked today's video, please hit that like button right now. While you're at it, hit the bell icon as well, so you can be the first one to know whenever there's a new upload. Goodbye for now.